The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases, and his mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Lamentations 3:22 and 23.
Body on tete, on tete.
Hey love, welcome back to my channel. If you're watching this video, that means you've seen part 1 already, where I dyed my hair this ash blonde color. Like, oh my God, so pretty, so nice, so gorgeous. If you haven't, go watch it. But you are now watching part 2, where I customize my frontal. Oops, correction, how I get it perfect every time. There we go. By the end of this video, you are going to be a pro. You're gonna finally understand how to customize your frontal without making mistakes or whatever. But basically, I'm using hair from Eunice on AliExpress. I have 5 bundles, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. I love doing that. And then a 16 frontal. So let's get started. Before you do anything to your frontal, you wanna bleach the knots, right? Basically, when they make the lace frontal, they attach the hair to the lace by tying it into a knot, which leaves black dots everywhere. You want to get rid of that for a more natural look. So we're gonna bleach the lace to lift those knots to a color that's similar to our scalp color. I'm basically pouring bleach into the container. I did about 3 big scoops and then a little bitty bit of developer. Your measurement does not have to be precise. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm mixing. All I know is that I make a very thick mixture. As you can see, it's very powdery because it's mostly bleach and barely any developer. At first, it will be hard to mix like you're mixing something that's like powdery, but eventually it will dissolve and mix together like this. Look how thick it is. It barely comes off of the brush. You don't want it to be liquidy because it's gonna fall right through the lace. See, it fell on top and it sat on top. So I'm tapping it on top. I'm not brushing it in. You do not want to paint it onto the lace. You want to tap it on. I'm going to zoom in real quick so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm barely tapping the lace and letting the bleach subtly fall on it because I only want to dye the knots. I do not want the bleach going through the lace at all. And because the lace is so thin, it's very easy to make a mistake. And trust me, if you make a mistake, it's harder to fix the mistake than it is to just do it correctly the first time, right? Like, high key, take your time. Nobody's chasing you or doing competition tests to see who can bleach their lace the fastest. Really take your time because you do not want to make a mistake. Don't paint either. Like, don't brush it into the lace. Just continue to tap it and pat it and keep your hand light. Then again, everyone is a beginner in the beginning, so if you do make a mistake, go buy this dye and you're gonna have to re-dye those roots black or brown, whatever color this is. I'm not gonna do that because I didn't make a mistake, so I'm Gucci. If you want me to make a tutorial on that, I will. Anyways, back to this. It's currently coloring, and guys, there's no specific time as to how long you're supposed to leave the bleach in. I left mine in for about 20 minutes. You leave it in how light you want it to be. And because I wanted to match my skin, I washed it out when it was orange. If you're lighter than me, wait till it turns yellow. That can take 50 minutes, it can take 40. If you're darker, you could bleach it for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and it can turn brown. It's just up to you and your preference. But I washed mine out when it was about orange, and this is how it looked. I used regular shampoo, and this was perfect for me. It looks really orange though, so we're gonna get that out by toning it out with purple shampoo. Some people put purple hair dye in their bleach, but I don't think that works personally because bleach cancels out hair dye. So I'm gonna take the purple shampoo and I'm going to massage it in. I know I just said a lot of hair talk. If you want to rewind it, go ahead so you can hear what I said, but you want to rub this generously into the lace, and that purple is gonna cancel out the orange, and look how that looks. Beautiful. And hey, it's okay if the hair still looks a little orange. That will go out when the hair oxidizes, which is very necessary when dyeing your hair. Anyway, in part 1, I dyed my frontal blonde. But anyway, back to this video. It is now time to customize your frontal. Dun, dun, dun. Just kidding. Do not be scared. Do not be scared. We got this. You got the best teacher on your side. You're gonna need some tweezers, some T-pins, some scissors, and let's get this popping. You got this, girl. I'm gonna take my styrofoam wig head. I like it better than the canvas one, like the professionals use. It's kind of harder. I'm gonna stick my T-pins to that frontal and keep it secured on that mannequin head, because the worst thing is when it's moving around and you're trying to like work on it. But these T-pins were $2 for a pack of them, so they're cheap. You go to the beauty supply and pick them up. I suggest you do this because it makes it so much easier. I'm gonna pack all the hair into a little bun, and then I'm gonna take my little cute Melanin Queen tweezer. Tweezers come in different shapes and sizes, by the way. There's a triangle one, which plucks one hair at a time. And then there's a square ones, which pluck multiple hairs at a time. I suggest if you're a beginner, you use the triangle one so you can take your time and not give yourself bald spots or over customize. But I'm taking the square one because, you know, this ain't my first time around, and I'm plucking. The only thing I do to my frontal to make it look real, I don't even do a lot. All I do is pluck the front to thin it out. I know that sounds like, huh, that's so obvious, duh, right? I've already taken that much hair, it's crazy. But don't be shy to like take it off and try it on while you're plucking. This is why my frontals come out so good. I look so ashy, oops. Anyways, this is why my frontals come out the way they do, because I try it on as I pluck. I just thin out the front, and that's all it takes. Think about it. When you have a closure, you don't just pluck the whole closure and thin the whole thing out. No, all you do is pluck your part and then thin out the front so it looks natural. Same thing with the frontal, it just takes longer. Wherever you part your hair in your frontal, just pluck it, right? Don't pluck a line, just pluck it to thin it out. You don't have to go out of your way and pluck out a whole pound of hair. It's important if you figure out what works for you. Me personally, I can't wet my frontal to customize it because I can't see. I also can't see when it's like really fuzzy and frizzy. So that's why I'm taking a flat iron and I'm flat ironing it. I feel like when it's styled, I can tell what's baby hairs and what's what, and I can just see what I'm doing better. So after I flat ironed it, I put it on my head and I tie the frontal into a ponytail. And now I can tell that I did a good job customizing it. It still needs a little work though. So I'm gonna take my eyebrow shavers and I'm going to trim those hairs in the front. I want you to notice that I did not make a lot of baby hairs. Unlike my first lace closure series where I made a lot of baby hairs, that's really not necessary. And I'm gonna show you why. But first of all, I wanna take care of the lace one more time. Just pardon me, you're gonna see what I'm doing. I'm taking this 47 brush from Sephora and my LA Pro Girl concealer in my highlighting shade, Fawn. And I'm gonna apply a little bit of amount to the back of my hand and then apply it onto my lace. This will make the lace appear more seamless. Now I know in my first series, I took a wig cap, cut the front and glued it to my forehead, and that's a trend that's now going on YouTube. Guess what? I'm so sick of it. I hate it. It worked and stuff, but I just hate feeling like I'm wearing a wig. I hate feeling like there's so much stuff going on my head, sticky, nasty, and then my face is beat, disgusting. So I'm not with that trend. But babe, if it's your cup of tea, go for it. I'm not stopping you. Don't let me judge you. Anyway, I'm gonna stick with mine though. I'm gonna take some Laura Mercier powder. You can use baby powder or any like translucent powder to just dry up that makeup. And this is how it looks. To finish off, guess what? You should have made it this far by now. I like to finish customizing after I've made the wig. So this is the full wig on my head, and I'm just customizing it a little bit more, just plucking it to my perfection, and look at that. Now it's perfectly done. There's no overdone baby hairs or anything like that. And this is how it looks when the wig is like styled and done. So we're done. We're done. You just customized your wig, baby. Anyways, let's go to part 3 so I can show you how I customize the wig to fit perfectly to my head. Are you hearing me? And how I can make the wig very quickly. Also, watch out for part 4 where I put the wig on, girl. It's gonna be on and popping. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a jiffy. Bye.